Charlemagne was a brilliant noble warrior and king that led the Franks for a good majority of his lifetime. He was not a very attractive person, and he didn't like doctors. He walked on a limp for the last 4 years of his life and didn't really have a neck because of him being overweight. He had over 10 children, and he cared so greatly about them that he refused to let any of his daughters marry until he died. Now, to get on to the real story,
the Franks started under a ruler named Clovis, who was the first to convert everyone to Christianity. They conquered Gaul, which is in modern-day France, and they started as a very powerful empire. Only the wealthiest of Franks became full knights.
the Franks did not reach their full power until the mid-700s, when they fell into the leadership of Charlemagne. This was after Clovis died, of unknown reasons. Charlemagne was a powerful, brilliant king that led to a much better empire. To keep his empire strong, Charlemagne entered a lot of wars and conquered a lot of nearby kingdoms. By the end of this, he had taken almost all of France and parts of modern Germany, Italy, Austria, and northern Spain. Though he was war-driven, he was not a bad guy.
Charlemagne had conquered a portion of the Roman Empire in 800. This led him to being crowned Emperor of the Romans by Pope Leo III. He was respected highly by most of Europe and was considered to be a very strong leader, though his Roman crown did not give him any more power than he already had.
Not only did he spend a lot of time at war and encourage his religion, but he also built schools all over Europe and brought in intelligent scholars to teach. Charlemagne cared greatly about education and wanted the best for his people.
Since his empire was functioning in great condition, he gained more attention, which led more people trying to attack he and his people. And some of these attackers were really dangerous.
Two of the biggest threats were the Magyars and the Vikings. They were merciless and bloodthirsty. This was particularly the Vikings from Scandinavia, that looted towns and took prisoners to sell into slavery.
Charlemagne developed a serious lung disease and a limp, which eventually took his life in 814. Before he died, though, he let each of his children share the rule over Europe, one being King Louis. He continued to lead the Franks and became the next king. The Franks started under a ruler named Clovis, who was also the first.
The Franks did not reach their full power until the mid-700s, when they fell into the leadership of Charlemagne. This was after Clovis died. Okay, he wasn't even in this. Wait, recording? No. Two of the biggest threats were the Magyars and the Vikings. They were merciless and bloodthirsty. This was particularly the Vikings from Scandinavia that looked. Oh my God.
Died, though. He let each of his children share the role over Europe, one being Louis, the